what happens when we die. So I wanted to make this video. For me, I guess from a very, very young age, maybe as young as 5 or 6, I had profound insights into consciousness, and I was asking questions about the purpose of existence at an extremely young age. Come on, Bella, come here. It's my dog, Bella. She's excited because we just got home after a day out. So I've been on this quest since I was 5 or 6 years old, to discover the meaning of life and to understand the highest spiritual truth with no outside influence, no book, no religion, no person saying this is how it is. I knew from a very young age that it was my job to find the answers all alone. I wouldn't place my faith in something that came from outside, or a text or a book or a religion or something, because I realized from when I was a little boy, hang on, if I would grow up in a different family with a different religion, then I would have a completely different belief system. And so I decided it was my path to find this truth on my own. So I can only speak from my direct experience of awakening and from my near-death experience. And when you touch that place, when you experience the true self, or should I say consciousness beyond this physical world, and you touch that place and you experience it, it transcends any book, religion, teacher, movie, scientific paper, whatever it may be. It doesn't come even close, because when you touch that place, you take a piece of it back with you. You bring a little bit back. And I brought a lot of it back when I came back from my coma. So ultimately, I can only tell you this: there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. And the universal consciousness, which is the word I use just because I don't want people to think it's something outside of themselves, some object or a thing, or all of that is ultimately, as Wayne Dyer mentioned, that's the God of the ego. Even using the word God doesn't really help. So I would just say universal consciousness, infinite love. And when you touch that place, you experience this awakening, and what it gives you is the most sacred, beautiful gift of grace. Ultimately, that's the only word I can think of. And you just realize that we're all going home. Like we're all on this journey back to the home of all homes, the home of homes, like the greatest coming home you could ever imagine. That rebonding, that unity again from duality, polarity, multiplicity. So when we die, a sacred expression of universal consciousness that came into form, came into matter to have this linear experience, it returns. It returns to the ultimate state. It returns to conscious love, of unity. And it didn't have a beginning and it didn't have an end. It is eternal. There was never a starting point for consciousness, because consciousness is creating this entire universe. So everything that we've identified with, the story and the material possessions and the separate me, the little me, if you will, that has an end point that we must surrender. We must let go of that. but we make way for something infinitely greater. And the I am, insert your name here, I am, your past, your problems, your pain, your social stature, and whatever that may be that we've clung on to. Ultimately, none of that is who I am. And we just return to I am. We just return to I am. And all I can say is this: there's absolutely nothing to fear. Once we relinquish and we surrender that little piece of our limited self, and we journey back to this state of wholeness, this state of unity, this state of oneness, where everything comes from. So all of this cosmos originates from it, and yet it is nothing. There is no object. It's the nothing, the nameless state that contains the seed for every expression of form and life that has ever been and ever will be. And ultimately, you are it, and it is you, and you are in no way separate from it. So that's today's video. Sending you guys a lot of light, a lot of love. Workshops, retreats, live events kicking off very soon, so you can register at damienhorton.com/workshops. Music fans out there, Damien Horton on Spotify, and below is going to be a link to my book, so you can get a copy for yourself. And the video book that I've just recorded is me taking you through the whole journey of how this cut and a week in a coma and more than 40 titanium plates in my face became the most beautiful gift I've ever been given. Truly, my deliverance. So, yeah, that's it. Much love, guys.